for me, at my age now, it's about training smarter, and that workout was stupid. So I was like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to push myself and do all these things. So I was like, no, I'm doing 5. Don't need to prove anything.
I don't think it's the age. I think it's the training age, because you are smart about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the physical age.
Yes,
it's just,
that's what I mean.
You don't need it.
Yes, exactly. And I know this is actually not going to benefit me either.
Yeah, it will actually crash you.
Exactly. And I'm probably going to hurt something. And no.
Hello and welcome. Today I'm here with Derryn. And Derryn, first of all, it took us a very long time to get Derryn here. And that's also a very big part of what we'll be talking about, because Derryn is a mom.
Yeah.
Derryn is a fitness coach, trainer, personal trainer.
Yeah.
Derryn is also judoka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lately.
Yes.
And she is super busy, but somehow you always see on social media, and also from knowing you personally, there's always enough energy, there's always enough time of the day, and you always can manage absolutely everything.
Yeah.
How you do that?
Oh my word. Honestly, it's just prioritizing, knowing what you have to make sure you get in on that day. And getting good sleep is so important for me as well.
How much are you trying to get?
So I have to get up at 4:15 in the morning on a Sunday, on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So the night before that, I try to get at least 7.5 hours. But on the other nights, I'll at least try to get 8 hours, 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
I need it. If I don't, I have to have a nap at some point in the day, and then there's not always time for that, and then I'm like, I'm so tired. But sleep for me is so important, and then just prioritizing everything. And of course, I've got a great family unit. I have Jose, he helps me. My sister's there. I have a full-time maid.
Your sister is with you, yeah?
Yes, so she just recently moved over.
Mm-hmm.
So her and her husband and their twins, they live with us. So it's a busy
family.
house, a big family, busy house, 4 kids, all little ones. So, but I have a full-time maid who does all the cooking. Mm-hmm. So I obviously just have to plan and schedule what we're going to have. And everything's kind of in place. Everybody knows what they have to do. And then we can all just work together. So it works.
Yeah. Oh, do you use some kind of, when you said like everything needs to be planned and scheduled, do you have one day, let's say Sunday evening, where you just sit down and you schedule all your week? Like, this is what's happening at this point?
Yes.
Or it's just in your head?
No. I have to have a pen and paper. It's in my diary. Everything is on paper. And I prefer to write things down. I don't like this digital thing. Mm-hmm. So everything's written down. And and then the meals, obviously, I do Hello Chef. I don't know if you've heard of them. So, okay.
Tell me.
Oh, okay, cool. No, so it's basically these meals that you get to choose from a long list of different recipes, and they send you the whole box. All the ingredients is raw, and they send you the recipe, and everything is in there, and you just cook it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so
it's fresh, you do the work.
Fresh, everything. You do all of it, but you get to choose from like a variety of recipes, which are really nice, and it's delicious food. And my maid is really good at reading and cooking, so I pass to her and she does it. It's just for dinner. Yeah. Breakfast we sort out, and the lunches I have to plan. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As a personal trainer in fitness, when you're talking about the food, do you have any special diet or any special food plan for yourself that you follow?
No. It's just a balance.
You eat
balance
with
of
family.
Everything. Yeah, we all eat the same.
Which probably is very good,
Yes, we all eat the same, and the kids know, it's vegetables. It's a balance of everything on their plate, and they have to eat what's in front of them. Mm-hmm. Even if it's like, I don't like that vegetable. No, you eat it.
So you don't have this slack of like, I don't want that. You don't let them get away with it.
No, not at all.
Very
and
cool.
the thing is, I did that from a very young age. So now they know when I say, eat your food, try this, they do it. And they eat it. If I had listened to them from when they're small and like, Mom, I don't want to eat that. Okay, honey, don't worry, no problem. You're going to have these kids that are like, I don't like this, I don't like that. So no way, my kids, I'll put it in front of them and I'm like, eat it.
Well, you taught them to like it, right? So
yes, exactly.
I had the same. I have a twin brother. And are the twins, your sister's twins,
Yes.
guys or girls?
Girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So when we had very similar approach from our mom, it was like, what is here is your food.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anything else.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I don't remember the occasion because we were very small. It was 2.5, 3 years old. But one day we just said that we don't want lunch.
Yeah.
Neither of us. It was like, no, we don't feel like it. And she's like, but there's not going to be anything else.
Yeah.
And there wasn't. Yeah. No snack, no chocolate, no bullshit after.
Yeah.
So we were so hungry by the dinner time that since then we never said no.
That's exactly it. And what I do is if my kids don't want to have their lunch, I'm like, no problem. I'll take it. I'll put it in the microwave. When you tell me, oh, can I have an apple? I feel like I said, I'll pull out the lunch. I'm like, that's your food. And if you don't want to eat it now, I'm going to give it to you for dinner. And they only did that once, and now they just eat what's there.
Very cool. But how simple is it, right?
Yeah.
Like when you start and you really follow through.
Exactly.
Yeah?
You implement it from that young age, and it just follows through. And now they will eat all the things. Mm-hmm. You know, and I see a lot with my sister's kids as well. Like she will say, oh, no, they won't eat that. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't give it to them. And you didn't actually make them try it. No, they won't like that. So we're different in that sense. She does feed them very healthy though, but only certain things. Other things she's like, no, they won't like it. I'm like, you should try. But very reluctant to actually force them.
But, there will be some influence going on now.
No, exactly.
Yeah, true. And are the twins younger or older than yours?
They are younger. So they are 3 and my kids are 8 and 6.
8 and 6.
Yeah, all girls.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So 2 guys and...
Yes, 2 guys, and our cat is a guy. He's a male. So then we've got 3, and then it's all of us.
Normally it wouldn't matter, but in this case, at least some.
We got to bring it up.
All right. Derryn, how you got into fitness? How you got into coaching, and generally, like, what sports you started as a kid, and what was your journey?
Okay. So when I was younger, I used to do sprinting. I used to do the 100 meters and 200 meters. And I loved running. So I did it all the way through high school. And then when I went to university, I continued with the athletics. And I loved it. And while I was studying sports psychology, I actually did personal training at the same time during that 3-year period. And then, I actually came to Dubai and started doing cabin crew. I didn't last very long because I was like, this does not work for me. I like my schedule. I like to go to bed at a decent time and wake up in the morning at a decent time. So I only lasted like 2.5 years doing the cabin crew. And then I went back into
with that lifestyle, that's a lot as well.
It was crazy. That was 2.5 years of like not eating well, not really exercising. Your schedule's up and down. You're not sleeping well. Like it really did not gel with me.
Yeah. I know quite a few people. Yeah. So also pilots, also cabin crew, and all the respect to people who can do that for 8-10 years.
I know. My sister was one of them. She did it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, for me, I just couldn't. You get your bonus at the end of 3 years. Everybody knows there's a bonus at the end of the 3-year contract, and I lasted. I think it was like 2 years and 9 months. I'm like, I don't need a bonus. I just want to get out of here.
Not worth it.
Yeah, I did not enjoy it. But the destinations, all of that was nice. But for me, like, I needed routine. I had to have a routine, and there was just no routine for so long. And you can only do that for so long until you're like, no, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, everybody.
And that's me.
Everybody has the limit somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
When you said you really like ran through it, you studied
sports psychology. Yes.
Why you chose that?
I love sports. Everything related to that, I was like, I love that. And the psychology behind it, and what people think, and how they do the things they do.
Motives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and all the subjects that we did with the anatomy and all of that, it was just awesome. And then obviously during that time, I decided I also wanted to do the personal training. So I did that at the same time.
You mean like studying it or doing it or both?
Studying it and doing it, yeah. No, sorry, not doing it, but studying it at the same time. So it was actually a after hours course. So I would do my normal uni hours, and then at night time it would be a separate course held at a different campus. So it wasn't actually during my degree.
Yeah.
No.
So you see that pattern, like, okay, so I'm busy with one school, let's add one more. Always adding stuff.
So you should see the stuff I'm studying at the moment. I mean, you will just laugh. I have so many courses that are open, and I'm like, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit. Okay, I haven't touched this one. Now I go back to this one, and I'm like, little bit. And Jose's like, seriously, haven't you done enough? I'm like, no. I just always like to study. I enjoy it so much.
Never enough.
Yeah, never
what do you study now?
So I'm actually busy with a pre and postnatal course. So I've done one before. This one is really, it's more in depth. Like it's super hard. It's a lot of hours of studying and stuff, but it's amazing.
And this is like for coaching, from coaching perspective? Okay,
Yeah.
so not like a doula course or something like that?
No. It's just purely from a coaching perspective. So when I'm working with my clients and stuff, I can apply all that knowledge. And funny enough, I'm learning so much stuff in this course that it's actually not even necessarily for pregnant people. You know, it's
this is the thing, like smart people always learn from absolutely anything that is in front of them, right? Because you can find the analogy, you can find how it applies to a different, you just need to be a little bit more open-minded, and even, studying rocket science, whatever, can give you application to a daily life, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing pre and postnatal, and I figured out how to fix my husband's back. I was like, hey, I know what your problem is. I'm like, you need to watch this video. He was like, yeah. So,
that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
What's wrong with his back?
No, so we figured out that his external obliques are actually not strong enough. So it's causing like his rectus to be over dominant.
Yes.
And then, the back is super tight. Hip flexors are super tight. And I was just going through these videos with these women after pregnancy and what muscles become weak and strong and what tends to dominate and what doesn't, what's still sleeping. And we were like, I was like, whoa, wait a second. This sounds familiar. So, we've been doing a few exercises with him. So we'll see how it goes.
Remind me this before you go.
Yeah.
I'll show you two very good things for external obliques.
Oh, thank you.
I work,
yes, that'll be great.
I work, the CrossFit methodology from core to extremities and everything. But I'm trying to not like push it to the extreme, but I really, really believe that it all starts there.
Yes.
So obliques and it's like I work on that with everybody first. Like that's the first thing they need to do on every session. We always focus on that first.
Yeah, and the breathing. And I think you're very much into that.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the same thing for me. I'm like, oh my word, that is like the main part. You got to start with
diaphragm
that.
is a muscle. Yeah. Diaphragm, when you breathe, is moving up and down.
Yeah.
And when you brace, diaphragm is the lid. That's the lid that is holding the tension. So now, how can you move and breathe at the same time?
Yeah.
That's the skill.
Yeah.
That's the skill when you learn that. That's the core work that you need to know, right? So this is what we are focusing on the most.
Yeah.
How to breathe and brace at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody can get just stiff and pass out. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Or the tension is going in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
It's getting that like full 360.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
See?
Awesome.
Okay. So you studied that and then you start to do cabin crew.
Yes.
You applied.
So my sister was in Dubai. I was in South Africa. And she said to me, no, Derryn, come and try. It's so nice. Come to Dubai. So I was like, okay. And she was like, cabin crew. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So I went for the interview and I got it. And pretty much a month later, I was here. And in the first few months, it's exciting and it's fun. And then
it's new.
It's new, exactly. And then after that, I was like, no, this isn't for me. And that's when I decided I want to go back into the sports. So, and we had a friend at the time who owned a company, a fitness company. And so I started personal training with him in the company. And then, I grew from there.
Nice.
Met some amazing people.
Well, you kind of build it on your own eventually, right? Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've had like some amazing people that have given me connections, and it's obviously then built from that. So,
And now you're basically working with a couple of private clients.
Yeah.
You're not training in any gym?
No. Yeah, for me, I love to work with people like one-on-one, or if it's 2 or 3, it's fine. But like in a gym setting and coaching, I used to coach CrossFit.
Where did you coach CrossFit?
At Rig. Do you remember Rig CrossFit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I used to coach there. And it's awesome. But the only thing is I always felt like I needed to spend more time like with an individual person. I find it hard to fix and correct things from that one and that one. And I get super like flustered when I'm like seeing so many things go wrong. And I'm like, stop, so.
You're saying it's like being in my head.
Yeah, right, exactly. And for me, I love to work with someone because there's so many things in an individual person that could be completely different to someone else. And you just can't teach everyone in that setting.
Yeah,
So
I believe
good.
group classes, they have their place.
Yes,
but
they definitely have a place.
Nobody can tell me that they can help people more on group class, that they can help them individually.
Yeah.
That's just not possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way. And that person will agree, Obviously, those people are, maybe they can only afford to do those group settings and they can't afford the private PT, but they would agree that, working one-on-one, it's so much better. Of course, they like the community and all of that, which is great. But sometimes you need individual attention with certain things.
Yeah, how much it would help us to have individual coach, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm so good at preaching all this stuff, and then I like tweaked my neck the other day. I'm like, Derryn, it's because you're breathing. You're not breathing properly. All that breathing we're talking about, and I don't do it, and then my neck goes out. I was like, yeah.
You're like, I wish
Seriously.
I listened to my own advice.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what I was saying to myself while I was really annoyed.
When you do a lot of posting on social media in a sense of you post workouts, kind of workout manuals, right? Because you do some demo there, how it looks like. How do you have time to do that? It's so time consuming,
I know, right? That's why, I don't know, I'm not very fancy with my Instagram. I used to decide, okay, I'm going to focus on this and I'll get that video done so fast. Literally put the workout together and I would type it out and that's it.
And
I don't do this editing and the fancy writing and all these things.
And the behind the scenes secret.
Yeah.
What we see on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it the actual workout as you do it or that's just the demo?
No, so most of the time it's like I would have done the workout and then I'm like, okay, then I record just a portion of it, of what I just completed.
Okay.
Sometimes I will do the actual workout and other times it will just be like, let me put this together because I have some people that are like, oh, Derryn, we're waiting for a workout.
Yes.
Then I'll post it for them. Yeah. Most of the time, it's something that I've done though.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I always like to feel.
But the shots we see, it's not necessarily from as you were doing it, right?
No.
More
yes,
staged.
no. So it's staged because literally it's like 10 seconds. I want a clip 10 seconds of each thing, record and put it together.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
that would be interrupting your workout as well.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I always do it at the end. So sometimes I'm so dead from the actual workout. I did a chipper the other day and then I'm like, oh my soul, all those moves I had to do each one. I'm like, I'm so tired. But we had a good laugh about it.
Yeah. Who is your cameraman?
Oh, it's Jose most of the time. Yeah. And he's like, yes, I'm going to take another video. I'm like, come on. So even I use my sister's husband also. He's there. And then whoever's not busy, I even use my nanny. So sometimes I'm like, Malika, can you come help me take a video? And she's like, yes, okay. So whoever's willing to do it. Literally, it's quick,
know. Oh, you can just use tripod as well, right?
Yeah, but that also doesn't, because then you got to get the angle and you got to go check. Okay, did I get you in the frame? No, my foot's out the frame. Okay, go back. I don't have time for that.
I have to say, just as an observer of these videos, the quality is pretty consistent. So I wouldn't guess it's different people taking the shots, right?
Yes, it's, you know what, to be fair, most of the time if I need to send like a video to a client, it will be Malika, my nanny. Mm-hmm. But when it's these Instagram ones, most of the time it's Jose. When he's very busy, then I was like, okay, and then Wade will help me. My sister's husband will help me. But
is he also in fitness?
Jose?
Yeah.
So no, he's doing forex trading at the moment, but he does do some.
Yeah, I know
some PT and some boxing.
Okay, I know he's fit, as well, like himself. Yeah,
Yes, no. So he trains.
okay.
Yeah, he trains every morning, and he does have some clients who do, he does boxing and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you have half of the X Gold box, right?
Yes,
on your yard. You took all this. I have the other half here.
Very thankful for that. It really came in handy. Yeah.
Especially during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
But you have outdoor space for your training, right?
Yeah.
Is it still okay in the heat?
So last year and the year before, so in 2020 and 2021, we trained right through summer outside, and we honestly just adjusted. We would sweat and be drenched. Absolutely drenched.
I absolutely agree with it. I do it as well. I just don't know many people who would be willing to do it.
No. I don't have clients that would be keen to do that. Yeah. And to be honest, this year, I got back into my judo, and with the place where I do judo, it comes with the package came with the facility to train at. So I thought, well, I'm going to use the gym, and the gym is amazing. So I actually don't train outdoors at the moment. So Jose's doing that, and I'm training at the gym for this summer. Yeah, which has been a nice change.
So how you got into judo?
So my little girl has been doing judo for a few years, and I became very good friends with the head coach, and he used to come and train with us. And so then there's another lady who's her little girl also does judo, and she started doing it, and she was like, come on, you got to give it a go. And Luke always used to say, come and try judo, and I just thought, no way, that's not my thing. And anyway, I gave it a go, and I was like, wow, I actually enjoy it. So, then that was last year, but I got super busy, and I couldn't commit to the timings that they had. We were kind of doing private sessions with the coach, and sometimes our timings were off or whatever. There wasn't anything really set in place. And I kind of I stopped doing it. And now recently, like 2 months ago actually, the gym now set specific timings for ladies, for beginners, and I thought, oh my word, this is ideal. So I got back into it. 2 months ago.
Stopped and then
I
you
stopped
restarted.
and I started again now consistently for the last 2 months.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You enjoy it, yeah?
Yes, it's awesome.
Throwing big guys on the floor.
Yeah, well, oh my word, it looks like it, but they just being kind. They just falling and you just look like you're strong. And I'm like, no. Yeah, but it's a challenge. I think I enjoy the fact that it's something new and you're learning this new skill, and I love that. I think that's why I love doing CrossFit. Oh, muscle up. I want to learn how to do that. So it's something cool.
So you mentioned learning a lot, yeah. Also the mental aspect of it and theoretical aspect, and now learning the new movement.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific like tricks, or like how do you learn? What is your how you retain the information? What is your way of learning?
Yeah, for me, it's just repetitive. I need to repeat something over and over. Whether it's something I'm studying, I need to physically to practice it. Whatever they're teaching, I need to write it out. I need to just keep going over and over. And with judo, I mean the names of the movements. It is just so hard.
It's a new language. It's a whole new language.
And they're just like blah, and I'm like, what? Why is it so long? I mean, some of the techniques are so long. I'm just like, I don't know. And I mean, so I'm trying my best to visualize, okay, this is the technique. So a friend of mine that's doing the judo as well, we both we record it. And then as we're recording the technique, we'll say the name. Or as we're throwing each other down, we say the name. Okay, what are we doing? And we just, but it's so much. But, at some point it's going to stick.
Do you, at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a need, or do you explain stuff to somebody else? Because I do this a lot. Like when I learn something and, I'm not still really sure about the idea, or I will just come up with some idea or categorization.
Yes.
And I'm not really sure about it.
Yeah.
I just have to say it. Yeah. And I try to explain it to somebody. Yeah. Well, that's Tima is the victim usually, just trying to explain it, trying to repeat it. And it's like my brother told me this many times, you don't teach to give information, you teach to sort out information for yourself in your head.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I find that to be very useful.
Yeah. Well, Einstein said, many things. Einstein said, wasn't actually Einstein, but anyway, for this sake, maybe it was him.
Okay.
If you understand, if you can't explain it to a 3-year-old, you don't understand it well enough.
Yes.
And also like break it down, simplify it, so anybody could
can
understand.
actually understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's tricky, because a lot of people have the knowledge, but they can't actually explain it and articulate it to other people. So they become like, I have no idea,
Yeah. That's I think it's a very super useful and very important skill for a coach, right? Because you can have all the information, you can have all the knowledge, but if you're not able to deliver it, it's like you seem dumb, or not necessarily dumb, but you seem like, what is this?
Yeah, because in your mind you're like, no, I know, but it's just not coming out like that. Yeah.
This is what I always had a little bit easier time explaining movement to people, because I'm movement-wise, I'm like probably the least talented on everything. Okay, like really, like
what?
Yeah, I'm absolutely anything I did, whether it was on uni, it was running, gymnastics, skiing. Oh my god, that was the fucking nightmare for me. I mean, because I was forced to do it. I never did it before. I had to perform particular styles for aesthetic purposes. It was just like, I always sucked.
Yeah,
completely. Like at the beginning, I have my learning curve is like 0.1, 0.0, and then it spikes. But I need to spend quite some time just trying to figure out for myself and to learn how to learn.
Okay.
That one thing. So it's always like it's just stagnating, and then it spikes eventually.
Yeah.
So that got me a lot of experience. I had around me people who like they came and knew. Movement. They just came and did it. It's like, what the fuck? How are you doing it?
Yeah.
But I did all the mistakes I can do.
Okay.
Like literally, absolutely on a swimming, every single mistake you can do swimming crawl, I did it. Every single mistake you can do swimming breaststroke, I did it.
Yeah.
So I know how to fix it.
Okay.
Because I had to fix it.
Yes. So that was good.
Yeah. So the lack of talent for that helped me to understand the struggle people have.
Yeah.
But this is very interesting because you said you were doing sprints, right?
Yes.
100 meter, 200 meter. And you prefer that, right? You prefer burst and then done more than long workouts.
Oh my goodness, I love those short workouts. Anything that's super long, I'm just like, oh my word, I'm going to die. I did a very long workout a couple of weeks ago. It still haunts me, actually. It was brutal. It took us 2.5 hours.
What?
It was so long. It was one of these high rocks.
That's my week volume, 2.5 hours. That's usually what I do in a week.
Even Jose was like, what were you thinking? I'm like, I don't know. I just got dragged in this thing. And it was horrible.
What was it about?
So did you hear about High Rocks? Is it High Rocks?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, so it's one of their workouts. So the guy...
They like go around the world and do the challenges, right?
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So one of the guys at the gym, he's doing it. And he's like, let's just get together for fun and we're going to do one of the workouts.
Can you explain a little bit more what it is and how it works? Because I thought that it's just one workout. It's more of them? Or?
So there was a couple. Apparently the next one is in December, I think. Or it was supposed to be in September and they've now pushed it, delayed it. So they had one a couple of months ago and then there was another one. And that's the one we did. I think the time cap is like, an hour and a half. I don't know. We did like 2 hours something. It was really long. Anyway, so it was like running and then you do an exercise. Running and exercise. Running, exercise. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy.
Did you do it right? Like you didn't run like instead of 100 meters, you run a kilometer or something like that. You did it correctly, huh?
Yeah. So for the first 3Ks, no, listen, I didn't. The first 3Ks, we did 1K. After that, I'm like, listen, it's 3:00 in the afternoon. We're running outside. I don't even need to do this. I'm like, I'm not running 1K. I'm doing 500 meters. So the coaches were like, okay, they're also going to do 500. Some of them carried on doing the 1K. Mm-hmm. But for me, at my age now, it's about training smarter, and that workout was stupid. So I was like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to push myself and do all these things. So I was like, no, I'm doing 5. I don't need to prove anything.
I don't think it's the age. I think it's it's the training age
Yes.
because you are smart
Yes.
about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the physical age.
Yes,
it's just
that's
you
what I mean,
know
yeah.
you don't need it.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. And I know this is actually not going to benefit me either.
Yeah, it will
I'm gonna
actually
be
crash
sore.
you.
Exactly. And I'm probably going to hurt something. And yeah, no, it was not a good.
Yeah, I started to realize this more and more and more, and now I'm like really, I do it for myself. I do it also
Yeah.
for my people. Like if 100 is your capacity, do 90.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because then you can come next day and go again.
Yes.
I mean, if
Yes.
somebody's training twice a week, it's not going to really work.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, but
No.
training anything twice a week is not
Yes,
going to really
yeah.
lead anywhere.
Yeah.
But it really, like, for example, yesterday I was doing some sandbag squats and
Yeah.
pull-ups, and
Yeah.
I felt really good about tossing the heavy sandbag I have over shoulder. I was like,
Yeah.
I could do that. Not today, because
Yeah.
I knew like I could try,
Yes.
but fuck it, I will injure myself.
Yeah, and
like,
then-
not now,
yeah.
not now, you know,
Yeah.
like, and always having that, just that final step.
Yeah.
I don't take it, and
Yeah.
and also mentally I stay hungry for the
Yeah.
next workout
Yeah.
because I don't spend
Yes.
myself.
Yes.
And this is not even about muscles or cardiovascular system. Like they
Yeah.
can take a lot, but
Yeah.
nervous system.
Yes.
Not to
that's it.
overload.
Exactly.
Do you track your sleep? I guess some
I
way.
was tracking it with Whoop.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you can see it there straight away,
Yeah,
right? If you
yeah.
overdo it, sleep
Yes.
is done.
Yeah.
Like you need to pull back at some point
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
So why to push 5 days and then crash for 2? Why just
Exactly.
don't step a little back
Yeah.
on every single day and
Exactly.
do what you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when
exactly.
our goal is just to have fun with it, and
Yes.
any particular athletic
Yeah.
performance doesn't matter, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So true.
So volume.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, definitely not.
So
No, I
how
like
your
this
normal workout looks like?
one. Yeah, so my normal work, so I try to do like 6 days a week. So normally like on the weekend, we'll do like a group session at home. And then, my own training at the gym. I love kettlebells. So I'll always
noticed.
I love kettlebells. I love kettlebell flows and the deadlifts and presses and pull-ups, all the basic movements and stuff. I combine it to what I feel like doing,
Okay.
and obviously trying to take into account my weaknesses and working on those things, and obviously I love to work on my core, especially now doing this course, realizing where my core is weak, what are the weak spots and how to get those to wake up again. So, it's a variety of stuff. Yeah.
So when you're programming for yourself, you come to the gym, you decide based on, okay, so I did way too much of a squats yesterday. I'm not hitting legs today. I will rather focus on, let's say, pull-ups and core and this kind of thought process.
Yes, or I like to actually have the workout before I get to the gym. So I don't want to get there and then think of it.
Okay.
I'll kind of see how I feel at home and then plan it and then get there and know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, but it's not like a plan week ahead.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not. Because my life is so crazy. At this point, as long as I get a workout in, doesn't matter what it is. So I can't even, I'm not going to sit and plan those.
But how
things.
much more would other people benefit from this approach as well? Like,
I know,
okay,
right?
just do something.
Yeah,
I don't really care, just do
People think
something.
it's like you got to go to the gym and you must do this and this. But it's like, no, just go and move. 10 minutes. If you've got 10 minutes, do it. Don't think, oh, it's only 10 minutes. No, I might as well not. For me, it's just like, even if I'm at home and I'll say to Jose, because I don't really enjoy training by myself, but sometimes he'll come outside and he'll just watch me and it will be like a 10-minute workout. And he's there, yeah, cool, 10 minutes, that's it. So...
Yeah, but you moved, you did your
I
bit.
moved, I'm happy, and it's so important.
I did it and noticed it a couple of times with many people in the gym. When I was in the more group classes setting, like people would come and you can see on their face, like they don't even want to be there, but but because community requires it.
Yeah.
So they'll come and it's like, oh, you can see they don't want to do anything. They really are trashed, like tired, maybe from the workout, maybe from the work, maybe from whatever is going on in their life.
Yeah.
Then I would be like, you know what, like sit on the bike, go for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If after that 10 minutes, you will still feel like trash and you don't want to do anything, go home.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
80% of the time, that 10 minutes, they are like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Sometimes they will be like, okay, I really feel bad. I go home. Yeah. Cool. Okay with that. That's why the test, air quotes test is there to figure out if you start to do the small bits.
Yes.
Is your body still pushing you more towards the rest, or is your body like, okay, let's do it, And you don't have to push and lift the mountain and push the world. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just move, do your bit, feel the muscles working. Yeah. This is so neglected. Nobody is focusing on that. Everybody's like, it's about the kettlebell, it's about the dumbbell, it's about the barbell. Like, who cares about the kettlebell? Yeah. Kettlebell is going to be the same piece of metal at the beginning and at the end of your workout.
Yes, right? Exactly.
But your body might not be.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a good way to think of it.
Yeah, feel the muscle, push the right way, do it the way that you will actually be happy with yourself. Like if you're leaving the gym more depressed than when you came in,
no, something's wrong.
Definitely. I have to tell you that.
No way.
When you have privates and private clients and you do this kind of stuff with them, obviously you're using a lot of your psychology, right? Yeah. Because that's very necessary. Yeah. What would be your approach when somebody's like really not feeling it or they are lazy and you see that it's just excuses?
Just not in the mood. Yeah, you know what? It's exactly like you said, not necessarily, I wouldn't say, okay, hop on the bike, just move. I give them small things to do. Little comes, okay, just go and row. We're just going to row for 2 minutes, take it easy. And then we move on. And I know with one of my clients, as we move into it, she's like, oh, I feel better. So it's just actually approaching it in a different way, kind of sussing out how they're feeling, how they're really feeling, are they giving you excuses or do they actually feel like, knowing, okay, no, just get on with it. I'm not listening and let's just do it. Or if they really genuinely feel like they didn't sleep well and they just like, well, then it's just adjusting, you adjust the program.
And there are still ways and trainings you can still do even at that state.
Of course, exactly. Even for me, sometimes if they run late for whatever reason, there's still that time that you can still accomplish stuff, not to get flustered, because now I've wasted time because she's, sometimes my client comes a bit late and she gets flustered. She's like, oh, I wasted all my time. I'm like, no, you didn't. It's fine. We will still work, and we get a lot done and she still feels good.
You need good 20 minutes. Yeah, you don't need 60 minutes to do a great workout.
Exactly. And as long as, when I'm finished and they feel great, and we've done a good stretch and they've done their breathing and everything's good and it's awesome. And they're happy.
So you trick them into it a little bit.
Yeah. I do sometimes. I'm like, okay. And then we'll do something else. I'm like, okay, I promise this is all. We're just going to stretch. It's like, why does this stretch feel like we're working out? I'm like, oh, you do? There's a little bit of tricks here and there. They're often like, you said this was the last one. I'm like, I did.
Yeah. Lying's required, really. Lying in that tricky way, right?
Yes,
you need to do that sometimes, just to make them. Because however much I respect how people feel, but as you said, how they really feel, not what their mind is playing on them.
Yeah, of course. And most of the time, they'll be honest and be like, oh, I'm just being lazy. It's not even like they're even trying to hide it, So it's just, pushing them in the right way and getting them to move that they want to, not like shouting at them and like, just like, oh, I don't have time for this, or, just approaching it in a good way. Yeah. They can moan, and then we still train, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You moan, but we still worked out. I just didn't listen to you. So,
I have one lady, CJ, very, very good friend and client of mine for over 4 years now. Mm-hmm. And she's always like, I was like, okay, so before we start, do you have any questions? And she's like, I don't have any questions, but I have comments. And she's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck again? But it's just that friendly teasing anyway. But many people, they don't really, as much as we respect what they really feel. Yeah. Sometimes I really think I know better than them what they need at that moment.
Oh yeah.
It's like, sure. I respect that you feel this way. I respect, but I can tell that if you just do this little bit and you
Yes.
overcome that little discomfort,
Yes.
because how much sense of pride you can feel, it doesn't need to be a new PR.
Yeah.
But if you really don't want to train and you just do a little bit, you still overcame your discomfort.
Yeah.
And that's all
and
that matters.
they're still going to feel so good.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
yeah, I totally agree.
do you, when talking about discomfort, I ask this everybody. Do you do some cold exposure? Ice bath? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. yeah, it's
So,
awesome.
do you have it at home?
No. So
Not yet, huh?
Yeah, not yet. I would. Yeah, no, it's amazing. So I did. I do some sessions at Benoit. What it's called? Cool breathing. Cool breathing or something.
He was here in the podcast.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's that whole team is amazing. And to be honest, I honestly didn't think I was able to do it. You know, I was so scared. And the breathing is incredible. It's incredible what you can do. Yeah. So yeah, I love it. And the benefits and how you feel afterwards, I'm totally addicted. If I had more time on my schedule, I would do it so much more often.
Do you prefer the icing or the breathing?
Well, both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have it like
because
split.
we do the breathing first, and then you do the
cold
ice bath,
plunge,
but, but then obviously the breathing is not exactly the same. But
Yes.
I love both. Yeah.
We have it like split with
Yes.
Timea.
Yeah.
She loves the breathing.
Okay. Yeah.
She actually, I was saying it many times here.
Yeah.
She overcame her anxiety
Yeah.
with doing it every morning.
Yeah.
She started to be so much more in the control
Yeah.
of her mind when she
Yeah.
was driving, which was
Yeah.
giving her very high anxiety and
Yeah.
traffic, and
Yes.
she was involved in some accidents in past, so it was like a
Okay.
kind of her little PTSD.
Yeah.
And she was doing it every morning, just 3 rounds, 3-4 rounds of that
Yes.
hyperventilation.
Yes.
She got to a point where she was able to hold breath fairly long time,
Yeah.
and it just disappeared. She was just,
Wow.
I mean, even when it comes, she knows
How
that
to-
through the breathing
Yes,
she can control it.
Yeah,
So you're
it's
just
so
getting
amazing.
so much more
Yeah.
control for your mind. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and
I love it.
I have hard time because of how I am and my mind. Like I have hard time to only breathe.
Yeah.
I'm like bored there. So I was like thinking about all this stuff. Like, oh my god, I want this to over, holding, but still.
Yeah.
I was just like, but ice like that, I can. That I enjoy way more.
Yes. Yeah.
But I do the breathing
enjoy
obviously as well. But
Yeah.
So you do both.
Yeah,
full
I
on.
enjoyed both. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. We're actually doing an ice bath this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Like
big group of us girls.
with Benoit.
No, so it's ISD paddle. It's in Sports City, the paddle tennis. So we're having a friend of mine, and now we are going to do a session with a group of girls. We do like a workout, and then we're going to do like a bit of yoga, stretching kind of thing, and then ice bath.
Oh, you're doing. I've seen it on your Instagram. You're doing some weekend challenges
Yes,
now,
it's-
like train with me.
Yes,
and
that's it.
That's it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the one.
Cool,
with Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will be the first one, so we're going to see how it goes. But all the girls that I've been chatting to, they're like, oh, I'm so scared of the ice bath. I'm like, no, it's going to be an incredible experience.
just focus on
Everyone
exhale.
that I've taken that's been scared. Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Focus on the exhale. You will get the control.
And slowly.
Exactly. As slow as you can.
I was like, and I'm like, no. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay. You know it's going to be slow, but that first breath is like,
Yeah. Well.
The third one, after the third one, I'm like, okay, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the first 2 breaths of that exhale, and you try for 10 seconds, and I'm just like, you want to freak out, but no.
But this is what needs to be there, right? Because
Yes.
if you go in and you're emotionless and straight face and nothing, you don't feel anything. Well,
Well,
you don't even have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole experience is about overcoming.
Yes.
So if nothing bad or nothing, negative is coming at you, I mean, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's about the discomfort.
Yes.
So, and I did it with a couple of clients, couple of friends just coming over. We do it every weekend almost, and we always bring somebody new.
Yes.
So like usually it's like max 3 other people because we have only one bucket and it's more like our small private groups.
Yeah.
And I've seen it many times, like people like, okay, so long exhale, right? They get in and straight away.
That's
nose,
exactly
they forget they have nose. Just mouth breathing like a racehorse.
That's absolute panic. Oh my word.
Eyes are already in the bucket.
It's so funny that happened to me because I did the ice baths with Benoit and Roy and I didn't go back for a long time. My schedule was just crazy. Anyway, I ended up going back and I got in because I knew what I had to do. And I went in and I was like, whoa. And Roy's like, you see, you didn't come back for so long. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's just your reaction of like, semi-panic.
Well, but it is, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not normal.
Yeah, you're like,
sitting in 1 degree water, right? Yeah, but
no, it's awesome.
But if you can control that, nothing is a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What can piss you off? If you can do that, easy. I want to ask you, because you touched on that a little bit. You have 2 kids.
Yes.
And now, very private question. They were both delivered natural way?
Yes.
So no C-section?
No.
Okay. Yeah. How was the recovery? What was the recovery like? What did you do to get back into the training? Because you were very active before.
Yeah.
You were even like featured in some magazines here, right?
Yes. Yeah. During the pregnancy.
During the pregnancy as well, right?
I was featured in some, during the pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of the pregnancies. So my recovery with Izzy, was like 6 months. And then at the 6 months mark, that's when I actually started doing CrossFit.
Okay.
Although I did do it a little bit before, but then I kind of, then I stopped and whatever. But I started like at when she was 6 months old. So then, you think you know what you need to do. But I mean, it's, if I could go back, obviously I've learned so much more now. But I took it slow, very slow with Izzy. When she was born, I was like, oh my soul, this is so hard. What were we thinking? That's the first thought. And it was a challenge. But obviously it got better. She didn't sleep well in the beginning. And I do think I had a little bit of depression at some point right in the beginning. Because when she started sleeping well, I became a different person. And then my husband was like, you were definitely depressed. Mm-hmm. So recovery and it was slow. It was a big adjustment, not sleeping, having a baby, and you're like, whoa. But at the six months mark, it was like a good turning point for me.
And before delivery? Yeah. How was your training through the pregnancy?
Yeah, that was good. So I was just doing trainings at home. My normal little routines and stuff before CrossFit. With Sophia, I did CrossFit all the way till the end.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was amazing. And then obviously I was back in CrossFit pretty soon. Probably sooner than what I should have in hindsight. But
Mm-hmm. And all was okay with like pelvic floor and the diastasis, everything was...
Yes, mine was fine. Obviously, after Izzy, it went straight back. With Sophia, it was like a 1 finger gap. Mm-hmm. And even now, it's like, it's minimal, But there's a lot of the tension there. So it's not like the gap with a squishy kind of... Yeah, the tension is there.
You're not touching the intestine.
Yes, no. So it's all good. But... I mean, I did have a lot of stitches and everything down there, which took a lot of, they don't tell you about that part after delivery. When you hold your baby, you forget everything. I didn't forget anything. And when the second one came, I remembered everything that happened in the first one. So I was like, not again. So that does not apply. I just don't agree with that saying, you hold your baby and everything's fine. Like, no. I still felt all the pain, and I was still like, "Oh my word, that's so bad."
Also, when you think about it, they also like the baby obviously becomes the most important part, right?
Yes.
You live for the baby.
Yeah.
However, to live well for the baby, you need to be okay as well.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I have to exercise. Because if I don't get my workout in, my mind and I'm just moody. And not like moody as such, but just like agitated and, and the minute I exercise, I'm like, oh.
Okay, so does it remind you some states of human mind where you don't have something and you're angry and agitated, and then you get your dosage, and then you're okay. You're just addicted.
I know, right? That's exactly it. I am. And even Jose sometimes would laugh because it would be like a weekend and I'm like, let's go do a workout. He's like, oh, it sucks being married to you. He's like, we're always going to do a workout. Like, there's always something. But I mean, he's only joking because he also likes to train. But I love it. Yeah, but I need it mentally for my mental health. People are like, why do you exercise? I'm not, because I want to have a six-pack. I want to have a nice body or whatever. And mine is just mental. It's a mental health, mental health for me. Mm-hmm. Number one.
And because, I mean, everything else comes with it, right?
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, exactly.
The physical part will follow,
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more specific, if you remember, when you said like the whole core and everything went fairly okay after the pregnancies? Like, did you do something specific for that? How you adjusted training? Did you train specifically core to fix it? Because this is something what many ladies are struggling with a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. You have to do the breathing. You've got to get those ribs down and in again. You've got to get the rib movement going. You've got to get the breathing. And that for me was the most important thing. And starting slow. And I think that's the challenge, because you're doing CrossFit and you're super strong and you've had the baby and you're like, no, I'm good to go. But you're not. There's such disconnection happening there. And it's a process, and it takes time.
So that was the tough part for you.
Yeah.
To slow down.
Yes.
Not to get back into it, but to slow it down. Yeah?
Yes, exactly. And there were times where I would jump ahead, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this, Mm-hmm. So you pull yourself back again.
How would you know? How did you what was the feeling or what was happening when you overdid it and you're like, no, this was too far, I need to slow down?
Well, I think at one point I looked at my abs and I developed a tiny little hernia at the top. Mm-hmm. And that was from the second pregnancy, and that was from just too much and the wrong, incorrect abdominal pressure. And I went to the doctor and I said, can you just check this out, please? And he's like, no, it's not a hernia. But I'm like, no, it's definitely something. So
wasn't there before.
Yeah, it wasn't there before. Then he was like, it is kind of, but it's nothing at all. Like, no need to be concerned or whatever. And so that was a warning light for me as well, where I was like, hey, what is that? And then I'm like, I think it's just too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then also, pelvic floor is a muscle. It has to be worked, and it has to be worked on.
I think it's like 7 muscles. Like,
when we break it down. Yeah, exactly. It's complicated. Yeah. So it's not just the Kegel. It was like, Kegel, do a Kegel. No, it's so much more than that. And
Kegel is very like one-side oriented. It's a solution for only one of the problems.
Exactly. Yeah? If you have that problem,
exactly.
And you don't know, is the person got a tight pelvic floor or not? Or, and for me...
Is it tight and weak?
Yes.
Or is it tight and overstressed?
Yes.
There's so many...
Yeah, there's so many factors to it. And, skipping. And I'll skip, and if I reach over like 150 double unders, I'm like, I need to go to the toilet. So, and then I know, I need to go back and keep on training. It's not something you can just do once and then you forget about it. The breathing and the constant working on it, it's just going to be there, Mm. And obviously as we get older... you got to work on it even more. So, yeah.
Also hormonal change, right?
Yeah, and, everything. Yeah, it gets
But
affected.
If you do it small bits every day.
Yes, exactly. Adds up to big results. Yeah. So, I need to do small bits every day. I tell everyone to do small bits every day. Do I do small bits every day? No, but I should. Yeah. No, but it definitely does.
Well,
it will make a difference.
But there is nothing is linear, right? Like nothing is growing or declining on the same rate. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes you do more for yourself, sometimes you do less for yourself. Yeah. But just the overall pattern should be somehow
going in that direction.
Yes.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, so for sure.
Doesn't mean that if you had a bad period because whatever was happening, you were feeling lazy.
Yes.
And you're open about it.
Yeah. Of course. I have those days too.
Yeah. And then you're just like, let's get back onto the track. And then you overdo it. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't happen so much.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm kind of like, if I feel lazy and I don't want to train, I won't train. And I don't feel guilty about it.
Okay.
I just feel a little bit like crappy the next day because I'm like, I know I'm in a bad mood. I didn't exercise yesterday. I should have done. But I don't feel like that next session I have to kill myself. You know, I just do a normal workout and I'm back on track.
Yeah, like you're not compensating for not doing it before.
Yeah, no.
It's I've seen this
it's
somewhere.
It's like a punishment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but many people do that, right?
Yeah,
like they go to punish themselves to the gym.
No. I don't punish myself. I'll still be normal. I mean, I took a rest. I was lazy yesterday. I didn't train. Doesn't happen that often, but hey.
I've seen this rule of 2.
Yeah.
You never skip 2 workouts in a row.
Okay.
And you never have 2 bad meals in a row.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard it.
That's a very interesting concept. At the end, of course, it can add up to doing 50-50, right? Because but if you train every other day, it's still not too bad.
Exactly.
Well, with the meals, I would be a little bit more concerned about half-time eating healthy and half-time eating absolutely anything.
Yes.
But it's at least a good starting point to have in your head, like, okay, if my last meal was shit, I'm not doing it again.
Yes, and I always tell my clients that. I always say, if you're going to have something that's really unhealthy, make sure that next one, it's a little bit less calorie or more nutrient dense or whatever. So you just have that balance, but you can't just have junk, another junk. Okay, something good, junk. You got to.
Yeah, like you know the saying, right? Like one bad meal doesn't ruin your diet.
Yes.
But one good meal doesn't make your diet.
Yes, exactly.
One salad a day or a week.
Yeah,
that's not
exactly.
That's not your, and I don't mean diet in that unpleasant perception of the meaning, right?
I hate that word.
You need, no, it's your food. Your diet is your food, what you eat, how you eat, your daily intake. Your fuel. Yeah. You're made of it. So
Exactly.
You do.
And you want to fuel your body, That's the same thing with when being pregnant, I found a lot of people would be like, oh, I craved this and I had this. And I'm like, you're making a human, If I craved like a tub of ice cream, I'm not going to have it. Like, why? You growing a baby, So, yeah.
What you want your baby to be made of, right?
Yeah, exactly. You want to fuel your body. The same thing, with training and stuff. And you're training so hard. So just fuel. Give your body what it needs and have your treats on the weekend or whenever, once or twice a week, however you structure it.
And also,
but there's a balance.
Also, treat doesn't need to be something absolutely poisonous for you.
Yeah.
It can be actually a very good, healthy version of.
Yes.
I've seen this, I think it's called Healthy Patisserie. And there are a couple of these companies around. And when we have a cake or something, we order from them.
Yeah.
And it's keto.
Okay.
It's keto desserts.
Okay.
But you eating it, you would never
even think.
Yeah. No way. I mean, it's sweet because they use
coconut
dates,
sugar or monk fruit or something.
Dates or date paste.
Yes,
they're trying to use the most natural things.
Yes.
Of course, like the ingredients are keto.
Yeah.
The ratio probably not, because if you put a shit ton of dates into it, it's still going to be carbs, right?
Yes.
But it's still better than a white sugar cake.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love all those healthy stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many amazing options out there that are so good, and you eat it and you're like, wow, this is better than a Snickers bar or whatever, And it's so good.
They even have equivalents of these, keto Snickers. And you just reminded me that. We had it to a point where we brought it to some gathering of friends, and we put it there. They were like, they didn't believe that it's keto, or a healthy version of it. Have you ever experimented with like some strong dieting or something like that?
Yes, I did back in 2011. I used to do fitness modeling, so I did a competition in Miami and. What was that? Boston, Miami and Boston.
You lived in US?
No. So we flew there. So over a 3-month period, we did like super strict dieting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, it was horrible. I did not
Tell me more.
So, there was no sugars. And
why did you decide to do it?
A friend of mine did it, and she was like, oh, let's do it. And I don't even know. That's not even my thing. To be honest with you, being in a bikini, in high heels on stage, I'm very shy. Like, that's not even my thing.
Do you have pictures?
Yeah, I have pictures. They're hidden in a folder. And it's not my thing. So anyway, I ended up doing it. And the diet, that 3 months, it was brutal. It is so, they restrict you so much that honestly, I feel it kind of messed with my head. Because after that, I was like, I'm not cutting out anything, like ever again,
Mm-hmm.
So for that period, it was good. And I got amazing results and stuff. But, afterwards, I feel like, I have a lot of friends that stayed in there for so long that really messed with their bodies completely.
Hormones as well?
Yeah, hormones. Yeah. And they would go on season, off season, on season, off season. And I'm just like, that doesn't make sense to me.
You live your life as a season. Right?
Yes. And I'm like, what is the season thing? Like, just eat well, train, look the same all year. I mean, obviously these fitness goals, and you get to the point where you have to really then lean out and whatever. And I get that, but still look like the same person. Not like, wow, you gained 10 kilos. Oh, wow, you lost it again. Oh, wow, you gained it again. Like, it's...
In Middle East and in this region, it's the seasons you don't see it as much, right?
Yeah.
I believe where I'm from, like classic European weather, right? So people don't look the same all year. And I don't think that should be necessarily a goal. But you said right, like look as the same person, yeah.
Of course, just a little bit at least, so we can recognize you.
Of course, you gain a little bit towards the winter, right? And then you want to lean out for summer and all that. Like that's all fine.
Yeah.
But pretty much like doing seasonal extremes. I just remembered one guy. I mean, I'm not going into that story because it's like completely crazy.
Yeah.
But he was saying like, I am holding my standard weight between 80 and 110 kilos.
Oh my, no.
Yeah, like, so like, what?
Oh
it's
my
like,
word.
all right. He was nutritionist, by the way, but.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's, that doesn't matter.
No.
So this is not how you can, like, if you want to experiment with it, whatever, like, I was... considered, and also for myself, I was fairly skinny always. Yeah. And for me to gain was like hard. Yeah. Close to point where I thought it's impossible. But then I started to really dial into certain stuff, and like I was having a lot of fats.
Okay.
Because for me, carbs didn't do it. Carbs makes me, I have skin problems.
Yeah.
Like I start to have like either rash, or I have like these fever blisters and like shit like that. Yeah. So I can't do too much carbs anyway, because it pops out on me immediately.
Okay. Yeah.
And especially refined and processed. Yeah. Obviously, like fruit and stuff is okay if it's in a normal amount.
Yes.
So I started to do a lot of fats because I knew I can't do too much carbs anyway. And if I want to feel okay, and then I start to train very hard in neoprene. Okay. So like compresses your muscles.
Yes.
And it creates heat. There is whole protocol about it. And I start to gain. Very fast.
Wow.
Fairly well. Yeah. And I was like, well, okay. And I finally start to believe that I can have that metabolism flexibility, that I can go up and down. So if somebody wants to experiment with it, look, like I know I will I know I will never look like people who have that natural ability to gain, and they are walking 110 kilos of muscles as the standard, right? Like that's not me. I will never be there, and that's fine. Yeah. If you want to like go more towards muscles, more towards lean, whatever, up and down, experiment with it. It's also good for your metabolism to actually know that what you're capable of, and how to manipulate it, how to get up, how to get down. Yes, yeah. But doing insane extremes for aesthetic purposes where it's unhealthy. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing with these girls, when I was doing that so many years ago, after the competition was finished, I mean, they just didn't stop eating. We'd go burgers, and eventually I was like, okay, I actually can't eat more, and for me it was like, okay, I'll eat, but it wasn't like this binge. It was hectic. That's not for me. But it was a good experience, and obviously knowing how your body responds and all that stuff, it's amazing. So you're
capable of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever had, because from how I know you,
Yeah.
you also are definitely towards leaner side. Yeah, like, yeah, but have you ever struggled with weight that you wanted to lose and it wasn't working or something like that?
No, I was lucky with that.
You're always...
Yeah. I know what I need to do, So I know, when I see that scale's going up, then I just like pull back and sort it out within a week or two.
So it's not like I can do absolutely anything. I still look this way.
And my husband will say that, and people around me like, you're a genetic freak, and I'm like, I'm not. I honestly, if I don't watch my diet to a certain point, I do have a lot of treats and I enjoy good food and stuff, but for me it's training. If I don't exercise, that's it. My body will literally, you will see it. I see it. My husband's like, whatever. But there are changes, You
already see it's not going the direction.
Yeah, no, for sure. But at this point, I'm lucky in the sense like I know if the scale's going up, I just pull back and I can adjust. I don't let it like watch. And to be fair, I don't get on the scale often. I kind of just judge, how do I feel? Sometimes the scale's there. It's in my sister's room. I'll be like, oh, let me get on. And then I'm like, oh, I thought I was 55. Anyway, I'm at 56 now. So I'm just like taking it
come on.
Yeah. And I mean, over the time, I've increased a lot of muscle mass too. So
yeah, that's also different.
Yeah.
Well, was always the CrossFit golden rule. How you feel.
Yeah.
How you perform.
Yeah.
How you look.
Yeah.
The scale is just the number that is not relevant.
Yeah.
Unless all these first things are really dialed in.
Yes.
Then we can talk about the numbers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But why would anybody want to be certain weight? Unless it's for actual competition because you need to make a weight for whatever judo competition or something.
Yes.
Why people associate it like, no, I want to be, 58, 55.
Yeah.
Because they remember that when they were on that weight, they felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not about the number.
Yeah.
It's about feeling.
How they were feeling. Yeah.
When you are at that number. Yeah? Which over time might change, right? Because
of
you
course.
have a baby, this and that.
Yeah.
You put more muscles on. The weight is going to look different.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love to do the body composition analysis. So there, I don't even look at my weight. I analyze like, what is my visceral fat? What's my phase angle? What's my skeletal muscle mass at? What I look at those figures, and then I'm like, most importantly for me is my visceral fat. I'll look at that and phase angle, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. But and then obviously I like
why
to
the visceral fat?
I just want to see how much fat, around your organs and stuff. I just need to make sure that it's at a good number.
Okay, so like
not
for the health,
high.
for the
health reason.
For the health reasons.
And then phase angle to know how I'm doing on a cellular level, And if it's between like 5 and 7, I'm happy. So I'll check that out. And sometimes I like to see the imbalances between like the right and the left side, for example, on the arms, or the right and the left of the leg. So I know where I need to work.
Yeah.
Obviously the upper and the lower, there's always going to be some sort of I've got a big imbalance there, but it's fine. It's expected, with CrossFit and...
You mean you're bigger on upper body?
Yeah. I have more like lean muscle mass at the top. But, it depends what sport you're doing and all that. Well.
Less pull-ups, more squats, and you're sorted.
Yeah, there you go. And I do loads of lower body stuff all the time.
I know.
I'm like, I love lower body. But if I never have to do anything upper body again.
But when you think about it, just from what I see on your Instagram, I don't know your program into detail.
Yeah.
When you do pull-ups, for example, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many pull-ups can you do?
Unbroken, I would say now, probably 10.
Yeah. So that's, what is the average for a female in population, right?
Yeah,
0.
It's very low. Yeah. I was gonna think
really,
so. Yeah.
It was 4 for guys like 30 years ago. So I don't want to see the soya boys these days. Anyway, that's a different topic. When you do pull-ups, you do, let's say, you do 5, 10, 15 at a time. And when you do squats, you do that as well. But not in that maybe heavy range, right?
Yes.
So if you would adequately load the lower body with the weights that will give you similar stimulus, then they'll grow.
Yeah, I need to do that more.
When you mentioned the visceral fat, I was reading a study now where it was, now I really want to focus so I don't mess it up.
Okay.
It was abdominal fat
Yes.
and visceral fat,
Okay.
an effect of nutrition
Yeah.
and cardio.
Okay.
So the nutrition
Yeah.
will sort out your abdominal fat,
Yeah.
that the one you see.
Yes.
But cardio workouts helps with visceral fat better.
That's surrounding
Exactly,
the organs.
yes.
Oh, that is so interesting.
Yeah, so I was very intrigued by this
Yeah.
because, the cardiovascular activity,
Yes, helps with that,
metabolic,
but
it's more
That is
around the
so-
organs.
Yeah. And then the abs are made in the kitchen.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cooked in the kitchen.
Yes, cooked and eaten and everything.
Darren, is there anything you want to say and add? Or some message to people? You don't have to, that's fine.
No, it's good.
No, okay.
Yeah, this was
Thank
lovely.
you very much. It was very interesting, very insightful. And I would say that I would like to have you here all the time. So much to talk about.
I
But
know,
with your
right?
time, that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
We will make a plan again.
But you remember, right? I approached you at the beginning when I was
know.
starting podcast
Yes.
to be here as well.
Yes.
But that's not possible.
Yeah, but one day.
One
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
When your kids go to college, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.